Thank you. Good evening and welcome to Southern California Thrivers. Are you excited? Yeah? As the proud son of a retired middle school principal and the proud brother of a middle school counselor in Hot Springs, Arkansas, those are the two titles I'm proudest of, by the way. I just want to take a moment to again welcome you and thank you all for being here for the HRC Foundation's 6th annual Time to Thrive conference. I also just want to take a brief moment to again thank my colleagues at the HRC Foundation, including Vinny, Ellen, Jay, and the entire team at the HRC Foundation that pull off this spectacular event. I am the luckiest guy in the world to work with the greatest team in this business, and they inspire me every day. Every year, this conference gives me, and I know all of you, so much hope. Because while the politics of the present are ugly and unjust, and that may be the understatement of the night, everyone in this room tonight shares the same vision for the future. And that's a future that is better and brighter and filled with more opportunity for every single LGBTQ young person all across this country. And I could not be prouder of the work of the HRC Foundation and the work that they do to help realize this vision. Since its formation, the HRC Foundation has centered our efforts on providing a voice and support for LGBTQ youth, combating hate crimes, and creating a community that dialogues around hate and around acceptance. And HRC's Time to Thrive conference is the premier event addressing the safety, inclusion, and well-being of LGBTQ youth. As part of our efforts, we recently undertook the largest LGBTQ youth survey in the history of our movement. And today, in partnership with the University of Connecticut, we released the Black and African American LGBTQ Youth Report, a groundbreaking resource detailing the experiences of Black and African American LGBTQ youth in this country today. Nearly 1,700 Black and African American young people ranging in age from 13 to 17 participated, and what they told us was that they are not only experiencing heartbreaking levels of stress, anxiety, and rejection, they also feel overwhelmingly unsafe, often in their own classrooms. Here's some of what they told us. 90% of respondents have experienced racial discrimination, and only 5% believe Black and African American people are regarded positively in the United States. 67% of respondents and 82% of transgender and gender expansive youth have been verbally insulted because of their identity. 63% of Black and African American transgender and gender expansive youth try to avoid using the restroom all day while at school. More than 3/4 of Black and African American LGBTQ youth have heard family members say negative things about LGBTQ people, and nearly half have been taunted, bullied, or mocked by family because of who they are. Sadly, this family rejection is consistent with nearly all the LGBTQ youth that we hear from, regardless of race. These are just some of the experiences that face Black and African American LGBTQ young people today. They're navigating life with at least two identities that are stigmatized in this country and carry enormous weight with them on a daily basis. This is unacceptable. It must change, and it's on every single one of us to help change it. But let's also be clear. These young people are also leading our path forward, and that should give us all hope. As this report makes clear, there are also stories of empowerment, of resilience, of activism and advocacy. Across the country, Black and African American LGBTQ youth are taking a stand and advocating for inclusivity and equality in their homes, in their schools, and in their communities. And increasingly, they are standing up and demanding the same from their elected leaders. You've already heard from some of them, and you will hear from more of these amazing young advocates across the weekend. It's our responsibility and our duty as parents and educators, as advocates and mentors, to address these disparities in health and well-being, and to secure a brighter, better, and more inclusive tomorrow for all LGBTQ young people from coast to coast and everywhere in between. If you are a parent or a family member, make your home a safe and affirming place. If you are a teacher or administrator, establish clear and inclusive policies to support LGBTQ youth. If you're a mental health or medical professional, be an overt advocate for LGBTQ young people at all levels in healthcare. Now more than ever, it is crucial for each and every one of us to do all we can to protect LGBTQ youth with a grand sense of urgency. They are our future, and we must ensure that they are safe and that they are protected and that they feel valued, equal, and loved. And in the polarized country that we live in today, and with the hate that comes from this White House and from this Department of Education and so many other places in government, it's more important than ever that we elevate our stories so that we can change more hearts and change more minds and dispel the myths and the lies. And that's why tonight I am so honored to introduce two advocates and colleagues who are on the front lines of making real and lasting change for LGBTQ young people in this country. Through their advocacy and leadership and example, they aren't just changing hearts and minds, they're also changing lives and oftentimes saving lives.